time to make an omelette. Okay, so on my days off, I don't really have a day off, so I'll probably watch half a film and then reply to some comments, and then watch the other half of the film and then reply to some other comments on another platform, so maybe Facebook or Insight Timer, and then catch up on some emails, maybe play a bit of Call of Duty, and then maybe take a longer bath than usual, or one of them Hollywood showers. If I'm feeling energetic, I'll go for a walk and maybe take my camera with me, and I'm hoping to sell some photographs, some stock photography. So yeah, that's the plan. Salt, gotta have salt, don't care, day off. So, with all that nice stuff going on where you can just relax and hopefully have no stress, you've got the usual things of catching up with washing, tidying the house, emptying the bins, all that kind of stuff. Or emptying the trash to you Americans. Sorry, it's become one of those things. Salt and pepper doesn't go in the fridge. Jeez. Don't you hate people that make noise in the kitchen? Especially when you're trying to watch TV. Right, so, a little bit of butter. It's gonna have to do. Tiny bit, not much. Low in fat, good for you. Margarine. So I have found, like I said last time, that mushrooms taste a bit like meat, or they kind of like substitute for meat. So it's made it a bit more tasty. Even though I think, I may be mistaken, that mushrooms have absolutely no nutritional content at all. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. So I guess the question is, can I actually cook? And I'd probably say the answer to that is yes. I'm not a bad cook. I can cook a lasagna, or I can cook a meat-free. I'm only joking, it's got to have meat in it. I can cook a shepherd's pie, a cottage pie, a quiche. And I can't find the knife I'm looking for. These aren't the droids you're looking for. I know, there we go. Right, so knife. And then we want to do this, because I'm pretty good at it. Voila! So for any gentlemen out there, and I'm not being sexist, who can't cook, it's pretty easy to do this. You just chuck some onions? You chuck some mushrooms in the frying pan with a little bit of butter. Right, you haven't got to chop them like stupid. Just chop them the way you want to chop them. And then you throw them in there with the butter. Wait for the mushrooms to cook. Get a proper utensil to do this. Now you're going to need something flat, men. Something flat to get the omelette out. So cook up these mushrooms. I don't understand why most men can't cook. I just don't get it. It's a natural surviving habit. I always watched my mum cook when I was younger, and I learned how to make a quiche, I learned how to make a shepherd's pie, and all the other stuff I just mentioned a minute ago, so I'm not repeating myself. And I find it quite easy, I find it quite therapeutic to cook. Is it a pride thing? Are we still stuck in the 1930s? I don't know. I think men should cook. I mean, most of the famous chefs are men, so I don't get it. The only one I really know is Nigella Lawson. I can't name another. In our day, we had a woman called Delia Smith, and she cooks some quite nice stuff. Now, I would say my favourite omelette is onion and cheese. Cheese is really nice, especially if you make it a little bit crispy. But I don't know, is that bad for you? I don't know. So I guess if you're not on a diet, you can put cheese in. But I am on a diet at the minute. I'm still trying to lose this belly. I've lost 3 pounds so far in just under 3 weeks. So I'm hoping to lose another 8. But that may change because muscle weighs more than fat, and I've been working out. So I don't know. Right, so I think the why do I keep calling them onions? So the mushrooms are cooked, and then you plonk in the mix with milk and eggs. and then you let it cook. So you just got to go hard around the outside and kind of like tease the edge out. And the main important thing on your day off is to tidy up as you go, because otherwise you've got tidying up to do on your not days off. I'm 5th. What? This is my last game. Come on. Second again. I always try to come first on my last game. It makes me feel better. Second, it's not too bad. Right, time to watch a film. I said put the bunny back in the box. Okay? I love this film. Now, like Nick Cage said, why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? The bunny is the nice things on your day off. And if you let any negative thoughts out, and that ruins your day, so you can't put the bunny back in the box. Okay? You have to make time for yourself. So with all that work stuff going on, with all that family stuff going on, with all that friendship stuff going on, and all the other stuff, you just got to make time for yourself. It's as simple as that. Now, for me personally, I like to take my mind off things. So it's video games, films, going swimming, going for a walk. So usually I'll play Call of Duty World War II or the new Modern Warfare for about an hour, if that. It's enough for me to relax, it's enough for me to escape, and I can then come back to doing things feeling refreshed. I could go to sleep right now. So having time for yourself is basically sitting around in your favourite hoodie that you've had for 10 years, or in your pants that you haven't changed in 3 days. So basically it's about clearing your mind. It's about having a bit of an escape. And sometimes when you're doing stuff like that, you get an idea or you get a solution to a problem. That's what usually happens with me. It's not often that I take a break like that. I don't usually take a break, but when I do, it's probably because I work too much. I'm a bit of a workaholic, or it's that I have a problem with a script I'm trying to write, or even when I've had too many meetings. So usually when I have a break, it's to have a break from that chair. I'm sat in it quite a lot. So in the same way as I've explained about taking time for yourself, not feeling guilty for it, is exactly the reason why I write meditations. It does help. Just think of the times that you've gone away, you've taken a break, you've gone somewhere else, and perhaps you've been staring out at the sea, and things become a lot clearer when you're away from home. It's perfect. There's no stress. And then you try to get a balance in your head when you then compare it with home. I think when you're away, you do think about things more like that, and taking that break brings perspective back. And that's what I feel I do with my meditations. Going away on holiday is therapeutic. Why do you go away on holiday? To take a break, to take an escape, to calm your emotions, to be stress-free. That is exactly the reason why you go on holiday. And that is exactly the reasons, and possibly more, that meditation actually works. So don't feel guilty for taking time for yourself. Don't feel guilty going to the woods for a while. Don't feel guilty going to the beach. You're entitled to private, personal space, because when you're doing it, it's a healing thing. Right, so that's the end of this video. And if you learned something about yourself or were entertained, give it a thumbs up. If you weren't and you're miserable, give it a thumbs down. If you really enjoyed it, subscribe, and then you get notifications for the next videos. But make sure you click all when you press this.